Welcome to the final episode for August 6th, 2025 of News with the Loon. We're going to hit some national news today. Some articles you have heard of and some you have not. So let's get into the first one, which is Governor Bill Lee of Tennessee has dispatched and mobilized the national to support immigration enforcement in Tennessee. In other words, in Tennessee, they have the full support of the governor, and they are working with and following up on a request from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to enforce immigration rules and deport those who are illegally within the United States. In a statement, Governor Lee has stated, as of yesterday, Tennessee stands ready to support President Trump's effort to secure our nation's borders and remove the most violent criminals from our streets. So Tennessee is about to become a safer place to be. Governor Lee is in his second term as governor and will vacate the seat at the end of his term. It will be, they're looking at possibly council member Jerry Green and U.S. Senator Marsh Byrne to fill that current. The governor has not provided any additional response, but Tennessee, your governor is supporting Homeland Security. And we're moving on. News in national at the capital of the United States. Speaking of President Trump has donated his entire salary towards renovations in the White House. Let's listen to the clip here and see what we have to report on this one.
Donald Trump says he is donating his salary to help the ongoing renovations at the White House. Media post, he says his first paycheck went to the White House Historical Association. The president is pushing projects, including an overhaul of the Rose Garden, that there are additional projects that he might be working on as well. Yesterday, while he was walking on top of the roof of the White House, he said he was looking at another way to spend his money. Of course, President Herbert Hoover and John F. Kennedy famously donated their presidential salaries as well.
So President Trump is not particularly taking a salary from us, but he is actually donating his salary, which he did in his first term, to other causes. And this first salary is going toward renovation of the White House. In more national news, unfortunately, it seems like we cannot go a day without a shooting or a week without a shooting happening. This time it happened in Georgia at Fort Stewart. This is a sad occurrence. And just for light, because as I was watching this story develop, many people who reported on it didn't understand why soldiers didn't walk around with their weapons. When you are on post and you are conducting your duties, your weapon is not dispatched to you until you are either deployed or if you happen to be military police of that sort duty. Other than that, it's supposed to be a safe environment with no carrying of weapons freely on post. And let's go to this report by News 5, it looks like, NBC News 5, and see what they have to say. injured during a shooting on Wednesday at Fort Stewart Hunter Army Airfield in Fort Stewart, Georgia. Officials said 5 soldiers were shot and moved to Wynn Army Community Hospital for further treatment. All victims were recovering Wednesday afternoon and are expected to survive. Army base went on lockdown shortly at 11 a.m. local time after reports of an active shooter who was apprehended shortly after. Local time is Eastern Standard Time. The suspect who was taken into custody is a 28-year-old sergeant who worked there. Fort Stewart is about 230 miles southeast of Atlanta and 40 miles southwest of Savannah. This story is developing, and as it goes, and as we get more information during the week, we will keep you appraised. To my fellow soldiers, stay safe out there, even when you're not deployed. Here's that you may be in danger. And on another note, if you are a fan of The Dead, I am sorry to say one of the characters that you have grown to love in the later episodes have passed. We're going to go ahead and listen to the report on this one. Actress Kelly Mack has died. She was best known for portraying Addie in the 9th season of Walking Dead. Mack was also producer, writer, and voiceover actress. She continued to share. She revealed in January 2025 Instagram post that she was diagnosed with diffuse midline glioma, which is something I'm probably going to have to look up because I'm unfamiliar with this particular illness. So for her family and friends, her passing was not a surprise, although it is a surprise to those of us who are fans of the show. This is a rare type of cancer that affects the central nervous system. In an online statement, Mac's family says she died on August 2nd, and she was 33 years old. May we please keep her family in our prayers. I know she's famous, but there are people who, The Walking Dead is a show that we all, well, most of us has come to adore and love. And I always like to leave you on a hopeful manner at the end of the night, and probably do it with every short I do, except for the weather. So this is a short about a couple, believe it or not, who was lost at sea for 25 years. And they have just been rescued. Don't ask me how this happened. I just want to check the validity and see how true this is, but let's listen in.
A shocking discovery. A couple lost at sea 25 years ago has just been found.
Yesterday, a cargo ship 1,400 miles off the coast of Brazil spotted Mark and Jennifer Patterson, a couple who vanished during a sailing trip from Florida to the Bahamas in 1999.
We had a funeral. We grieved for 25 years. My sister's been gone since 1999. We thought they drowned in that storm. I just can't believe it.
Living on an impressive floating structure built from boat wreckage combined with the ocean waste, they created innovative ways to survive.
We learned to see trash as resources. We had everything we needed. Most importantly, we had each other.
The couple developed a daily routine of fishing, maintaining their raft, and collecting useful debris.
25 years at sea should be impossible. They didn't just survive, dudes, they thrived. They created a sustainable lifestyle from what others call garbage. It's remarkable.
Experts are calling their survival unprecedented, and others are calling it miracle.
After year 5, we stopped trying to get rescued and just focused on living. The ocean provides everything if you're patient.
They say they're grateful to be found.
A shocking.
All right, I'm going to put a disclaimer on this one. I don't know how true this is. So it is my feed one for the night, but I'm going to actually do some research and some deep diving on this to see if this is actually true. It looks a little AI-ish to me, but it was part of my feel good, and it provides hope a little bit. So on that note, I'm going to say good night. Enjoy your night. Have a restful night. Enjoy your family time. And we'll be back tomorrow.